What's going on, guys? This is Market Omega back at it again this Friday with another weekly recap. I'll be going over trades from this week, so without further ado, let's go. All right, so I want to start this off by saying Happy Easter to you guys. You guys know today's a holiday, so the market isn't open. So obviously there's no trades, but I'm gonna go ahead and still do the recap and let you guys know what kind of week we had, what kind of stocks popped off this week, and what stocks we wish had popped off this week. But so just to start with the SPY, guys, you can see right here the SPY. We actually made an all-time high on actually it was yesterday. So we made an all-time high yesterday, and this is actually going according to plan. I talked about this price action going back months. I've been hammering the table when everybody thought we were gonna fade right here. I put out videos saying, nope, I don't think so. I think we're gonna rebound, and sure enough, we did. Right? Same thing right here. Same thing right here. Same thing right here. All right, and my target for end of April is 420. That's my target. Now, are we gonna get there? I don't know. Okay, I don't know if we're gonna get there, but I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. But I think we should get close to 420 at least. All right, and that should bode well for a lot of these stocks that I have on here. And I actually posted in our room, marketomegatrades.com. I actually posted the swing trade watch list, and the swing trade watch list is constantly being updated. So the start of this week, I'm gonna repost some stocks there and take some stocks off. Pretty much some stocks that haven't really done anything or haven't resolved, and then I'll add some new stocks in there. So you only get that from our chat room, marketomegatrades.com. All right. So obviously the market is going up, and unemployment, the payrolls actually increase, unemployment drops, which is good for the economy as a whole, right? So with the you have the stimulus that was passed, and you have actually Biden is talking about passing another stimulus for April, which is just going to be crazy, right? This is more targeted towards businesses. So, that would the economy will see a further boost when that happens. And obviously, when the economy is doing well, the stock market is doing well, and people are spending, and people are investing, and all of that. So, all in all, that's great for everybody. Okay, so we're just gonna keep an eye on the SPY and see what happens this week. Hopefully, we break out at this 400 level and maybe reach about 448 to 410. Okay, so as far as stocks, we didn't really see, for this week it's kind of been slow for longs. Okay, it's been really slow for long buys traders. We had a few stocks here and there. Now, just to start it off on the 29th, which is Monday, we had a few stocks. I think we had CYAN. I think that was a stock that was popping up, but CYAN basically just opened up and faded. It just got this spike right here and then a fade. Okay, now I did trade HGEN. Okay, that was another stock that was popping up, HGEN, right? So basically, I traded HGEN, and I just traded it on the opening drive, and what happened was it actually caught a lot of people short. So when the market opened, a lot of people were slamming lows, right? Because that's just it's been the underlying pattern for this week and actually the last few weeks, right? These stocks just kind of open up and then they just fade. So a lot of shorts are shorting this thing, right? And then they got caught by surprise, and this thing just turned around and ripped, got halted, reopened, ripped some more, and ripped some more. So I actually caught the opening drive somewhere around there. Made some money on that. Bought the dip, sold the rip. That was pretty good. That was pretty awesome. And then I actually got a nice double bottom right here as well. So where was that? I think let me get that for you guys. It's right here. So I caught that double bottom trade. You guys know I love that pattern, that double bottom pattern. It's one of my favorite patterns. So I caught that, made some money on that, and so yeah, that was that. So for that day, HGEN was the flavor of the day. Okay. And the next day we didn't really see some movers like that. We just saw some stocks pop here and there, but nothing major. And then YVR on the 31st. So we had YVR. That was a gapper on the 31st, right? So I made money on YVR. Where did I make? I made money somewhere around there, right? Around this area. And then I tried to go in for a dip buy and then, got dumped on. So I think I tried buying somewhere around the 650 area and then it flushed. And I was like, wow, this is kind of crazy, I ended up giving back some of the profits that I made on the opening drive. So I tried to dip buy it and then, I got dumped on. I didn't have locates. I didn't have bars to, I didn't have shares to short because I would have flipped short on this thing, but I just didn't have it. So I was just forced to take a long trade, made money right here, and then gave some money back. But I think I actually recovered some on the bounce. I think I averaged down, knowing that there was support around this level. I think the next level of support is like a 620 area, and averaged down. And basically, when it came back up, I sold, recovered some of the losses from this trade right here. Okay. So that was that. And then we had WAFU. So WAFU was the big trade of the day, right? WAFU was a midday runner. Now, it wasn't on the gap scan. It was just like, it was, out of the blue, it just started going up. And caught a lot of people short, right? Because a lot of people looked at this thing thinking, okay, well, it's got, a lot of bag holders, long bag holders from this day. So they're going to just short this thing on the pops. But it actually went a lot further than most people expected. So, I was actually, on this day, I was slightly red. Before WAFU, I was actually red. Okay, but then, I saw WAFU moving up. It had a lot of volume. And, I just bought the dips on this. This was kind of good. So I bought the dips, sold the rips. Now, what they were doing with WAFU was they were literally, like what will happen is they'll tank it, it'll reclaim, and then they rip it, sucker in the longs, and then they dump it. So they just kept doing that. If you can take a look right there, right, they did it right here, and they did it somewhat right here, okay, and then they did it right here. It just couldn't break 15 cleanly, right, and then they dumped it. So I just bought the dips on this thing. I just bought the dips, sold the rips, right, and that actually worked out. I ended up recovering the loss from YVR, and that was pretty good. It would have been nice if this thing just kept going and, just try to fill some of this, broke this 1650 area and, at least start heading towards 18. That would have been really good because shorts will start panicking and, they'll be forced to cover once they see that breakout. So WAFU was good. And what else do we have? So on Friday, on Thursday, sorry. Thursday. All right. I keep thinking today's Saturday for some reason. So on Thursday, which was yesterday, we had some stocks gapping up, right? So we had UPC, ACY, FTFT, UAVS, SNOA, IDEX, PFIN, right? And then these were just like midday runners. So when the market opened, UPC, like I talked about UPC on the mic. I actually liked UPC. I told everybody on the mic before the market opened, I'm bullish on this, at least for the opening drive. I like the setup. And, I was watching the tape, and when the market opens, you got that crazy opening drive, right? Now, the thing was, I would have actually hoped that this thing would hit 8, because 8 was the target for me. I was watching this and I was like, okay, if it hits 8 and actually manages to break and hold above 8, shorts are going to start panicking. They're really going to, they're going to start, they're going to start looking to cover and stuff because if it broke 8, we have a lot of room all the way up to 12 and 13. So, and it didn't get to 8. It went to 722. It popped up right here, got halted, reopened at 722, right? I'm sorry, it reopened at 713, popped up a little bit, and then just dropped. So, I actually was when this rebound happened, this bounce, sorry, I was actually hoping that this thing would take out the high at 722 and maybe give us a rip all the way to 8. Okay, but that didn't happen. People were slamming, the shorts were slamming the pops. But I liked it. I just didn't take it. I would have taken it at the open because that was a nice opening drive play based on the setup. Okay, I liked it a lot, and it had the volume. I mean, there's a series of higher lows, right? Continuous higher lows, and then picked up volume at the open. And I was watching the tape, and huge orders kept stacking around 550, right? Right before 550, huge bids were stacking up, so it just ripped, it broke this pre-market high, and just ripped up and got halted. Okay. All right, and I didn't trade FTFT. Okay, I didn't trade FT. As a matter of fact, I didn't make any trades. Okay, I didn't make any trades on yesterday because I had a doctor's appointment. I couldn't. I wasn't able to trade. But what I did was I was able to call out the plays on the mic right before I stepped out. So I usually get on the mic 30 minutes before the market opened every single day. So I was on the mic calling out the entire game plan, and then when the market opened, I stayed on the mic for about 30 minutes, and then I had my partner Sav. He took over on the mic, and Sav has a different strategy. He's more of like a short biased trader. So, in our room you get both. You get both perspectives. So you get a long bias perspective, a short bias perspective, right? And then also you get the swing trades as well. And pretty soon we're going to be incorporating options, right? We have a room for options, but we're going to have a partner that deals specifically in options. And he's going to be getting on the mic as well and giving you guys his options thesis. So with FTFT, basically, this thing ripped, broke the pre-market highs, got rejected, came back again, and then popped up, right? So with FTFT, man, it was just it's been a tricky play. FTFT has been tricky for like months. We haven't, I think the last time FTFT gave us a nice clean play was was a few years ago. This was, if you go back, I think I think it was like 2017 or something. It was cleaner. Now you see like these spikes where it just kind of goes up and ends up giving back its gap. Ends up giving back its gains. But FTFT, they actually issued an offering right here. And talk about scammy, man. As soon as this thing hit that VWAP, it just got rejected. It got rejected like crazy. And when it got rejected, they put out the news of an offering, and that was it. That was the end of the stock. It just came all the way down to 530. So that's crazy. So that was scammy. Talk about scammy action. So we had FTFT, and then what else do we have? Now, the big boy trade, the granddaddy was ACY. ACY was ridiculous. Oh my God! I picked the right day to go meet the doctor, right? To go on a doctor's appointment. It was just, I would have killed the stock. I would have destroyed the stock. Oh my goodness. It would have been nice, close to 5 figs. Close to 6 figs. I would have destroyed the stock. It was beautiful. You got to think about the psychology. A lot of people were short this thing. They were shorted. They slammed lows right here, right? Right here, the stock popped up, right? And now out of the halts, you got short sellers slamming this thing. It reclaimed. They reshorted right here. It came down. Reclaimed again. I mean, if you're short and you see a stock reclaim like this, man, you really got to get out and sit on the sidelines and reassess because something is going on, right? There's something going on inside that you're not privy to, right? You don't want to be a stubborn short. That's how people blow up their accounts, right? Just being stubborn, right? You don't want to be stubborn, short or long, actually. You don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, this it's got to go down or it's got to go up. The stock doesn't have to do anything, It doesn't have to do whatever you want. The stock is going to do what it needs to do. It's the stock's world, and you're just playing in it. You're renting. You don't own you don't own the stock. You're just renting, right? So this thing just blew out a lot of shorts, man. I'm pretty sure a lot of people took five-figure trades. Even the guys that didn't post their P&Ls, man, I'm sure they took five-figure trades. Trust me. They probably blew out, lost a shit ton of money because their strategy is basically just add to the front side and then get blown out. So that's pretty much what happened. So this thing went all the way up from 4 all the way to 1580. I mean, that was crazy. That was a crazy move. And even then, when I was looking at this, I was like, okay, this is like the backside, right? It's looking like the backside. But then you got this, this rip right here. Higher lows, and then this rip over 14. So I'm like, whoa. When I was watching this, I was like, wow, this is kind of looking like they're trying to reclaim this thing. And if they had taken out 15, the next level of resistance was over 18. Was around this 18 level right there. Right? So yeah, this was crazy. If I had traded this, it would have been great. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep this on watch for Monday, see what we get with that. It might have another day two set up where we can take advantage of it. Okay, so that was that. Now we also had some midday runners. So we had this stock. Actually, we didn't trade that in my room, right? And I talked about it on the mic. I said, "Hey guys, I'm sorry." I talked about it in the I posted it in the message, and I was like, "Hey guys, I don't like KELYB services." Couple things. For one, this stock was just running on air. There's no news, no catalyst, nothing, right? And two, the volume was so minuscule. I mean, this is the whole day traded 591,000. That's nothing, right? You have stocks like ACY and UPC trading that in pre-market, right? This is nothing. So you don't want to be the guy trying to trade this thing and try to short it, and then you get ripped up, or try to long it and you get dumped on. It's just the volume is minuscule, and I just told everybody, hey, just avoid this thing. It's not worth it. There was a particular chat room guy that was trying to trade this thing, and I'm pretty sure he was the cause of about half or three-quarters of this entire volume right here. Okay, so that was that, and I think this is another stock that just ripped and then kind of sold off. So that was it, though. We haven't really seen this week. This week hasn't really been good for longs. Okay, with the exception of ACY, and with the exception of WAFU and ACY. Okay, so just keeping fingers crossed. Maybe next week we see the continuation of momentum for long bias traders, right? Where we get like multi-day runners. Okay. So just keep an eye out. What usually happens is whenever we have these periods of lull where it's no volume and these stocks are just opening and fading, what happens is shorts start to get complacent, right? They're slamming lows. They're pretty much, you locate shares without even having a setup. It's like locate shares, ask questions later. Right, or short first, ask questions later, right? And that's what usually happens, and then you get like you get a stock out of nowhere that just rips and destroys everybody that's short, right? Everybody is slamming lows, and I think that's what happened with ACY. A lot of people were stuck on this thing from around that $4 or $5 region, thinking they were gonna fade, and they just got blown out right here, right? They got blown out, so yeah. All right, so that said, you guys have been great. Thank you so much for tuning in for a weekly recap done by yours truly, Market Omega. Guys, subscribe to MarketOmegaTrades.com, man. I can't stress it enough, right? We literally go into the nitty gritty, right? We go into the granular process of these stocks, right? How to trade the stocks the right way, right? We look at everything from filings. We look at setups. We give you the actual blueprint so that when you trade well. When you're trading on your own, you know what to look for, right? We're not like rooms where you just get alerts, or some guy is on the he's just trading his account and he makes money, and at the end of the day he posts a fat P&L where everybody else loses, right? No, we have this motto in our room: no man left behind. Okay, there's no man left behind. So when you trade the right way, and when you trade the right way, when you trade smart, when you adhere to your risk management, Okay, I don't care what your P&L is. Okay, when you trade the stock the right way, I really don't care what your P&L is, because I do know that eventually, right? Eventually, the P&Ls will take care of itself. Like the money will catch up, right? When you trade the right way, and you do things, you do things the smart way, the money will come. The P&L will come, right? The money will take care of itself. So when you do that, you become a true market omega. All right. So in our room, we got a few omegas in there, right? We're trying to get everybody to be a true market omega, man. You don't want to be a beta. You want to be an omega. All right. And that's what we're trying to do. So guys, subscribe to marketomegatrades.com. Link is in the description below. All right. And follow me on Twitter at Market Omega. I post everything from stocks, sports, cryptocurrencies, and just life in general. Okay. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Market Omega. When you do that, hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you get notified every time I upload new content. And that said, have a wonderful holiday. Have a great weekend. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. And I'll catch you guys next week for another weekly recap. Take care.